Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to 2 Point Campus. We are back in Cape Shrapnull at the end of our second year, working on our 2 and 3 star objectives. Let's just take a look at what awards we won this year. We did pretty well actually. We have a 100% pass rate and 70 students continue to the next year. 75% is our average exam results, so they've kind of improved, but not by much. We have won a Contribution to Research Award, Rising Staff Award, Student Choice Award, and the Cutting Edge Campus and Campus of the Year Awards. So let's dive in and I'll tell you a little bit more about what I have done this year. All we've really done actually is add in a pastoral care and duplicated our medical room. We added a ton of new stuff out here, including researching the space vault and the teleporters. They've now been done and we are currently working on upgrades to our courses themselves. Then over here we've expanded and built a new building. Now I'm going to manage my courses here. I am going to add a new course. And I think it's only fair that we actually put one of the space-themed courses in here. So we have Cosmic Expansion, which is a 2-year course and requires the use of the rocket lab and the computer lab. Now, we also do need a computer lab for one of our other courses, so that could be an option. But the rocket lab takes place outside, so that may be a little bit difficult for us to get into right now, given that we don't actually have any space for that. Astrology, on the other hand, takes place indoors, requires an anti-gravity chamber and a rocket lab and a gym, apparently. So maybe the rocket lab isn't going to be a good... Oh, God, maybe none of these are going to be a good idea. If we need those things as well, we don't have space for a rocket lab outside, so it might be better if we go on something like robotics, which requires robo-construction and robo-design, or potentially virtual normality. I think I'm going to go with Cosmic Expansion, and we'll just have to make some adjustments to stuff, because having that computer lab is going to be very necessary for this year. So Cosmic Expansion it is. We're going to upgrade that as much as possible. It's going to require 6 new rooms, which could be a bit of a nightmare for our finances, but we do apparently have enough. Maybe we should only upgrade it by... Oh, regardless, it's going to require 6 new rooms. Alright, that's what we're going to do. Cosmic Expansion it is. So what we need is more battle spaces. Do we have enough money for another loan? We're going to have to take out all of these loans. Yeah, otherwise this is not going to work. Alright, so I've not expanded in quite the way I would have wanted to, but we have a functional building there with our rocket lab outside. Then we have our 2 new battle spaces that are fully kitted out, and our command room, which is also fully kitted out, a very long bathroom there, and a shower room, and our 2 new lecture theatres. We're going to begin our new year now. We've also got all of our teachers ready to go, and I think we'll be pretty good. Now let's schedule in those space battle events in February, you know, just in case that other one doesn't go too well, and we'll schedule one in there. Okay, right, we've got 5 scheduled in. We've got to win 3 of them, so that's fine. We're about halfway to our $2.5 million spend. Our friendships are pretty much done. And as you can see, the teleporters are here. They don't seem to be getting used. They teleport from here all the way over here, so it should save some time, but people are still walking, so there's not a lot we can do about that. The happiness has dropped to about 86%. We're just going to take a look at our dorms, because I am going to need to build some new dormitories, but I don't actually have space. We've got 34 in those dormitories. Let's see if I can duplicate this one. And will it fit? It will. That's a good one. I mean, we end up with a little bit of a tight corridor coming around here, so it's not the best laid out place, but it fits, and we can fit one there, but we'd have to make some adjustments to where that toilet block is. Right, there we go. Right, super console is required. Oh, of course, we don't have a computer lab yet still. I knew there was something we were going to be missing. Right, let's see if we can fit a computer lab in here in a very odd shape. I guess these showers aren't necessary right now. They can go somewhere else for a shower. So let's build our computer lab. And yeah, I think it's very important that we get this computer lab down, considering I don't want to cancel the room. We'll finish the room off. Then we'll have a look at what's been requested. Jasmine Odyssey. Yeah, okay, we'll schedule that in. And then we have Space Battle, which we won. Super Console can now go in. Right, and gradually we'll get more requests for that. and then we should be able to just flesh that out as we go. But we are going to need to find a new building. Space Deck 2, so we'll start kicking off some upgrades there. Let's go back to this and start a new project. We'll go with Planetary Ring 2. So, next up, we can expand into here, but we've got to be running 5 courses. These ones cost money, which is fine, and up here, this is going to cost money as well. What about here? That one costs money. We can buy that empty. We're also going to buy the next one, which we can actually get for nothing for having students on the campus. That one's a 60,000 and that one's a 60,000. So I'm going to go ahead and just buy these. Now we have that huge plot there. And what we'll then do is, end of this year, when we hopefully are just on the way to getting our 3-star objectives, considering we've now only got 1 million to go, and then we should have wrapped up those space battle events by then. We should be okay. What I want to do in the meantime then is start fleshing out my staff profile. So we're going to grab this mechanic here, and he's just going to focus on upgrades. Because we're going to have to put in a lot of upgrading now. And do I have another mechanic? No, but I will bring in another security trained janitor just to work security details. Come back! Don't run away from me! No, they're running. They're running really fast. And I've not paid attention to the traits actually as well, so that's something that we are going to have to look into and just make sure that we're keeping on top of. So we're starting to build up a staff profile for the next sort of phase of development. Because we've kind of overexerted ourselves a little bit. We don't have the space, especially when I want to keep things nice and neat, and this doesn't look nice and neat. So what I think I'll probably do eventually is have this as kind of more of a student hub in the future, so we'll maybe have another student lab, another gym or something like that in that room, and maybe some more dormitories, and then we'll have a teleportation device to take us into I mean, look at this, this is huge. I'm actually considering moving the entire campus over to here. We could do that. And we can probably pay off another loan now. There we go. That one's gone. And then we'll build our finances up again and hopefully have all of our loans cleared. We've got another pastoral support room that we could do with having. That would be really useful. But you can see here we've just got money to spend now. Everything else is done. So that's looking really good. And this building can just become a thing of the past eventually. And let's queue up some training, because that's obviously going to increase our spend. I'm going to improve my training pod as well. And then queue up a little bit more training. Okay, so it took us quite some time to actually carry on getting some funding to be able to spend money on booking in our training sessions for our staff. But we are in a much better position now. I think we need another club, and I think that club is going to be Orb Club. So next time I get an opportunity to do so, we're going to put down the Orb Club sign-up stand and start generating a bit of cash. Now, the one thing we need to be worried about is the club member happiness will drop, which could impact our funding. Although entertainment and happiness seem to be different things, so that could feed us very well and give us a little bit of an extra income for getting more money into the campus, which is what we need, because if we're going to be able to accumulate wealth to develop a huge campus plot over here, we're going to need to really find a way to make money. Now, we do pull in a lot from our payouts at the moment, with $134,000, $135,000 a month, but we need more. We've dropped into debt, so we're going to have to sort that out. But it could be a good idea to put research projects in on the go. That might get us further into it. But as you can see, we still need to get those upgrades generated as well, and I'd rather do that first before we start thinking about expanding and putting in some more research projects. We've done our space battle events, by the way, I forgot to mention that. We've just won another one, but also not really won another one. So the supercomputer is going to get a $50,000 spend, which takes us to about $400,000 left to spend. Now, because I'm planning on doing a huge building, I could actually put that in advance of things, but if I actually pay off the loan as well, I think that should count as a spend, because I've spent to pay off the loan. Our campus level has gone up to 21, and we've got a little bit more in terms of our courses to spend money on. I'm actually going to pop down the astrology course for the next term, because what I need to do is have 5 courses running to unlock this next plot. And I am going to crack that one, because if we can then get all of the plots unlocked, it means if we do need to expand any further, we're going to be able to do that with ease. Analog server going in next in our computer lab, and another big income coming in, which allows us to place down the supercomputer. We can now place the super server, which is again going to get us inches closer to our final objectives. That's that one in. We have won another one, and the orb statue has been requested. We're going to put the orb statue down in this area of the campus. And a hot dog kiosk again. I'm going to reject that. Lecture theatre needs maintenance. Let's quickly hire some janitors who can do the maintenance work for us. I don't want you sweeping litter. I want you maintaining the campus. Get on with it. Come on. Right, what else have we got? Do we have another maintenance? Yeah, maintenance. Okay. Get down there and maintain that lecture theatre. You've only got 17 days. Alright, someone's in there now. And a battle space needing maintenance. Oh my. This isn't looking good at all, is it? More maintenance, please. Get in there. Do that. Okay. I think we might be safe. But that was a bit of a difficult situation to be in there. Right, we've only got $140,000 left to spend, and I have 71 in the bank. Can I pay off any of that loan yet? No. Okay, so we're almost there. We have got to... I forgot as well, actually. This would increase just by paying our staff wages. And we've got enough money now, I think, to pay off the loan. And that... The loan, of all things, didn't actually take us over the mark. So anyway, at the end of this month, when we pay our staff wages, we'll complete our 2-star objectives. Now looking ahead, I'm seeing a number of issues that we need to solve. Repairs are starting to need doing. We've got a lot of pastoral support issues that we need to sort out. This area obviously needs a full redevelopment, and we need to build our new buildings in this space here. What I'll probably do is, we'll get rid of these buildings. We'll kind of redesign this a little bit more. And what I might do is I might just leave this completely blank for now. And then over here, I'll restart and build a brand new sort of campus space. That will look very similar to this one, except it'll be a bit of a stubbier kind of walkway going down here. And then 2 large buildings either side with a bit of an unorthodox shape. We've got another student considering dropping out. What's going on? They have pastoral issues. They're currently having dark thoughts. They're sad, and they have meteor mites. We're going to send them straight to medical care after that class and hope that they don't drop out. Name's Epsilon Dread as well. And our staff rooms are getting full as well, which is obviously going to affect our staff morale, so we need to work on that too. Hopefully, though, that student won't drop out. We've unlocked the new planetary ring, and then we will start another new research project for Space Deck Level 3. That does contribute to our spend, so we're almost there. 12,000. As soon as these wages come out, I think that should be it. Come on. There we go. We've done it. 2 stars down. Next up, we've unlocked the planet signage, which will be really nice to decorate our campus with. We have to spend $5 million, have 10 level 18 students, 400 students attend events, and have a campus level of 30, as well as running 5 courses, which will just unlock that new plot. That's not actually like a huge part of things. But spending $5 million will be easy, especially now that we've saved our big development for that. We're going to play through to the end of the year, though, and once again, I will join you when we have finished our awards ceremony, and then we'll do the big redevelopment. Alright, so we're coming up to the end of the academic year, and we've got a lot to do. So, anyway, let's see what awards we've won. We're only at year 3. We've got 30 graduates, 103 continue with a 100% pass rate, which is really good. We won the King of Hearts Award, Queen of Clubs, Rising Staff, Contribution to Research, Teacher of the Year, Campus of the Year. That's a very good, you know, we just missed out on academic excellence and staff satisfaction. So I think we can push those goals. Anyway, let's pause things a second, because we've got $210,000 in the bank. I really want to upgrade the courses. I already need to spend $88,000 to upgrade them currently. I'm going to spend money getting astrology up to parity with the remaining courses that we have. That then leaves us with 30 course points left to spend. Now, we can add a new course, but the course I'd probably look to add would be robotics, which could be a little bit too expensive for us right now, considering we need robo design and robo construction. But that seems like the natural progression of things, with it being a sci-fi course. The other option would be to go with virtual normality. I guess that would be a decent one to bring in. And again, that just needs a VR lab. So that could be our next step. And I think that's a good idea. We're going to apply those changes. And that leaves us right in here and helps us to unlock that new plot of land there. Or one of these plots of land. Do I have to buy that now?
Greetings,
no, it's automatically unlocked. Okay, well that's fine. So, the next step is going to be to fit in all of these items, and then we can crack back on with our objectives. Now, I've got 2 new buildings here. We want to redevelop all of this. So the first step is going to be to just move this battle space into one of the new buildings. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move everything into it, get it all sorted, and I will join you once I've finished it, and we'll explain a little bit more about what has changed, because this is a big development. It's going to take me quite some time to do. Well, all right, we've done it. This took a while. We have got the campus level 26 of 30, though. We have 1 level 18 student here, 400 students attending events. We've got 152, and we spent $718,000 of our $5 million target. So let's kick off the new year. We have 5 courses running now. This is going to get a little bit crazy, but if you can see here, our payouts have increased dramatically. Now, I reassigned a lot of my janitors so that they had definitive kind of roles within the campus, mainly between cleaning and maintenance or security and mining, vice versa, all of that sort of stuff. Lots of changes. Here, we're probably going to need to make a couple of adjustments to our assistants because we now have a few different extras in there as well. I made a larger student lounge in here. We've got more dormitories and general washing and toilet facilities in here, so it's mainly just a student hub. Then they'll come around here where most of the new classes are going to take place. So we moved those 2 battle spaces and the command room into there. I then added another pastoral support in each of these buildings, and again they were duplicated. So lecture theatres on either side, the VR lab came in there. I moved the computer lab into here, and our anti-gravity chamber makes up this building. Then at the back here we have our 2 rocket labs. So it's looking pretty good. We've got space rocks coming in. Obviously these outdoor areas can be improved, but I'm just hoping that the students are actually going to start using their teleporters. It looks like they are, which is actually going to save them a lot of time. If we have a quick look at our orb club, which only has 10 members at the moment, so that could be we've got to get our gym to prestige level 7. Right now it's on 6, so we can do that pretty quickly. Let's just get some decorative items up on the walls. And I think we can put in a couple of these sciencey posters just to push it all the way up to 7. That's not a sciencey poster, that's a pizza poster. You probably shouldn't put that in the gym, but there we go. Prestige level 7. Nice and easy. And my aim for this year is to just consolidate our position within the kind of campus in general. We want to put on some more events and get those students attending, and we also need to just be aware of the fact that we need to be upgrading some of our students' education too. So that's something that we're going to have to consider moving forward as well. I seem to have lost my student union though. I don't know where it's gone. Oh, there it is. It's that huge building right there. So you can see pastoral issues are a huge problem for us at the moment. I'm going to bring in another assistant. We've gotten rid of most of the invaders, which is really good, but we still need to get some more assistants who are qualified in pastoral support, because those issues are not going to go away. We have a medical trained one there, which we don't really need, but all of the dark thoughts are starting to become a bit of a problem for people. So I think the next step is going to be to schedule a crap load of events so that people are happy. We'll have them playing throughout the year. We need to get our VR lab up to prestige level 7, I believe. Okay, so this one's going to be quite a difficult one to push up by the looks of things. We'll put all of the VR projectors and stuff in that we need, and that should at least get us some of the way there. There we go, level 7. Okay, cool.
I should think so.
And another request for the rocket lab, which is a moon on a stick. We'll put that in both of the rooms. Now, do we have another pastoral support assistant ready yet? No, we still don't. What we'll do then is we'll take Dorothy Blizzard. We can maybe train her up. Campus level 27. Science lab prestige level 7. Oh, that'll be easy. What we'll do is we'll find our decorative items and we'll put in a couple of space plants. In fact, we might only need the one. No, 2. There we go. That was easy, easy, easy. Medical officer's getting busy. There's a queue outside, and then we've got more people. Right, okay, we're going to upgrade our lecterns. That's going to be the first port of call. We are at least managing to make a nice little profit now, though. So we spent about $1.6 million. We've got level 27 of 30, only one level 18 student at this moment in time. So sci-fi films are definitely going to be something that we should schedule moving forward. The pastoral support is still a massive problem. So we're going to drop down a new pastoral support assistant, and they're hopefully going to take up a space working in that field. We now have 5 working in pastoral care. We still have space for another one, so we'll bring them in and have them only work in pastoral support as well. Okay, that's good. A no trespassing sign for the rocket lab. Yeah, we can do that. Nice and easy. And then I think what we need to do is start training all of our assistants in upgrading their the ones that are currently trained in pastoral support. We'll need to train them up. Alright, so we're coming to the end of year 4, and I think we're slowly getting a handle on these pastoral issues. Unfortunately, every time we get an invasion, it seems to rear its ugly head again. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pastoral support rooms. We added a few more private tuition rooms just to try and get the grades up a little bit. We now have 2 of 10 level 18 students. We've spent 3.48 million though, so next year we'll have smashed that objective, and it's just a case of getting those student levels up. Unfortunately, at the moment, with all of these issues affecting happiness, there's not a great deal of XP coming in, and those students are finding it really difficult to get up to the levels. So we've had a couple who have failed, unfortunately. Apparently we've been given an official warning due to our budget reaching minus $150,000, but looking at that, it really hasn't. Let's have a look at our end of year awards. Some people have definitely failed this year. We have maybe overexpanded a little bit, with a 98% pass rate, 2 failures and that 1 dropout earlier on in the year. But we did have 59 graduates and 135 continuing to the next year. We won the King of Hearts Awards. Let's see what other awards we've picked up. Not as good as we have done in the past, but that's pretty good. Now, I'm not going to upgrade my courses at all this year. As you can see, we do need to hire another astrology teacher. So we're just going to do that now. We're going to bring you in. Then we need a new anti-gravity chamber and a new VR lab. Unfortunately, I can't fit that in anywhere, so we are going to have to build a new building here. And I'm just going to build something very basic and very quick so that we can get straight back into it. And I will jump straight ahead to the end of this next year, where hopefully we'll be a lot closer to completing those objectives. Okay, we're approaching the end of year 5, and there's very little to report. I did build this little building here and put in a huge training room that gives a nice 38% boost to our learning power. I'm also in the process of upgrading the actual VR pods now as well. That should get some of these training queues down as much as possible. I've also been upgrading a load of machines as well and doing multiple research projects. As you can see, I've got a new research lab there as well. It's looking good. Things are getting a little bit better. We've kind of stemmed the tide that's come from all of these pastoral issues, and that has helped by having better trained janitors in security, because it means they're getting to those invaders quicker and preventing them from spreading all of those dark thoughts to all of our students as well. We've got a lot of demand for private tuition as well as the medical side of things now, so we may need to kind of invest in that side next. But we are looking ahead towards the new year, currently on 3 of 10 level 18 students. That may jump up a little bit as these classes finish and the year ends, but I don't think we're going to get there quite yet. So what I've also done is started book club. That is starting to get a little bit more traction, but we only currently have 13 members in there at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the book club stand. We're going to put another one over here. We keep getting warnings that we're going to run out of money, but it's not going to happen. Although that said, it appears to have happened because we are now in the negative, which is not great. We lost quite a bit of funding there, and I think that's because students left. An Astro respirator in the gravity chamber and a couple of other things have been requested. Let's see what awards we've won this year. We're just going to skip all the way through to the overview. We won just about everything apart from academic excellence and staff satisfaction. We had 63 graduates with 166 continuing and an average exam result of 79%. So we need to put more stuff in. We need another gym, another rocket lab, and then to hire some more teachers. So as I've kind of expanded a little bit, we can hold off a touch on things and then just develop this building a little bit more. I don't know if we have the funds to do it right now, but if we can just expand by a little bit now, so we don't have the funds to do that. I'm not going to do it yet. I'm just going to begin my new year, and then we'll see how long we've got. So you've got plenty of time to raise the funds to be able to do what we need to do, and our payout for September is a mammoth $316,744. So our student dormitories are getting filled quite rapidly. We will have to address that issue as well. Other than that, though, it's just going to be a case of jumping through to the next year. Let's take a quick look at our list of students and who's got a high level. So we've got a number of level 15s there, some 14s and 13s. Now 14 and 15 is probably more viable than the others, so we just need to make sure that those courses are well looked after.
Contacting someone.
Okay, we're back and we've got one more level 18 student to get to. We're almost at the end of year 6, so if we can do this by the time this lesson finishes, I think we will have completed these objectives, but it'll be a real letdown if we have to. Who are we waiting for? Who is it? Who is it? It's you, Miles Biggles. I think you're going to do this, mate. Come on, Miles, you can do it. Other than that, we have pretty much sorted out the pastoral issues. The only issue that kind of happens is when we get the invasion, we get a load of pastoral issues. And there we go, we've done it. 3-star objectives completed. We've unlocked the command chair. And we are moving on to the 3rd and final objective here. Where does the command chair go then? Does it just get to sit wherever? Oh, it does. Anyway, what we did was we made this absolute mess, basically. So this all expanded. We basically ended up putting in another 3 pastoral supports and a new medical lab. Then we upgraded all of our machines. We've been grinding training all year, so our staff are of a much better persuasion, shall we say. They're a lot better at their jobs now. We did almost clear out that invasion, but if you just have a look at our kind of levels here, so we ended up with a much better teacher-student ratio, although the teachers aren't particularly happy with 66 training requests. We're slowly fulfilling them, but we could do with putting in a few more staff here, I think. That would allow things to move a lot smoother because our teachers would be a bit more spread out. I think probably the best teacher-student ratio to have would probably be about 1 to 5. And I don't think I've ever hit that due to budgetary constraints and stuff. We've not had any more dropouts. Nobody else has failed, obviously, because we've not got to the end of the year. We've got 272 students. As you can see here, 12 medical issues, 54 pastoral issues. Now, before the latest invasion, that was down as low as about 8. So we were really getting a handle on things. But now that we have so many pastoral support rooms in here, that'll not take us long to kind of recover from, as long as we don't get any more invaders in the interim. And as long as we can cure all of the pastoral issues before the next invasion, we're in a much better position. So I would say maybe 1 more pastoral support room would help, or training up our staff to be better at their pastoral issue sort of recovery skills. We have 673,000 in the bank to finish off, and there's not really been any further developments, but as we have finished the 3-star objectives so close to the end of the year, we're just going to let this one roll out and see what awards we've won. But I had a lot of fun doing this. This was a really good one. That one we can actually unlock now. I didn't even think about that. I kind of just forgot that it existed. But yeah, there's a load more we could do here. This area still hasn't even been bought up. We've got more little bits and pieces here that we could buy into. In fact, we're going to unlock them all now. So I think this will be a really nice one to come back and redevelop. I mean, I'd already started doing the work, like here, making this look really nice. Then over here we did a little bit. But there's more to be done. And I think it's definitely doable. It's something that I would really like to kind of develop further. So we're going to buy what's left of these plots. And this one be bought as well. Oh, it's going to be disappointing if that just gets cut into bits. Hopefully that won't happen. Okay, so the whole thing kind of changes. That's really nice. But this is going to be a really fun one to do. I'd quite like to come back here and redevelop this because it looks so cool. But yeah, our Space Buzz funding, our entertainment, you can see there, is really high. And it's been a really good finish to this one. It was a bit stressful at times. I think what happened was we pushed to get those 5 courses running at the same time far too quickly. And once again, falling behind in the training is pretty bad. I mean, really, getting this done in year 6, I would consider to be pretty quick. Oh god, where did that go? We lost half the ground there. How strange. Anyway, yeah, I think doing this in year 6 is it's a pretty good achievement. Normally, I would say probably for something like this, where you have to do quite a bit of expansion and tweaking and stuff. If you were to grow just slow and naturally, I'd probably go about double the time. But I like to do these things quick because for me, it's just a rush to get those objectives done, and then you can kind of have a look. And as I've been doing these, I've been looking at what things I could do and come back and make look aesthetically pleasing and do a nice, well-designed campus. So anyway, we're about to get those awards done, so let's have a look at what we've won to end this year, and then we will end this episode. Here we go, they're making us wait. And as you can see there, our profit drops massively because we lose a lot of funding with people graduating. The staff wages are huge as well. So we won the King of Hearts 20 times. That's a nice career award for us. We've got quite a few career awards to still get. But things like the kudos and stuff, these are all 100% now, so they're fully coloured in. It's a shame that we can't actually see what's what and what we need and like filter out the ones that we've already done. Anyway, let's go straight to the overview. We won pretty much everything apart from academic excellence once again. We'd probably increase that as the years come by. You can see there 84%, which is like a 10% increase on our previous exam results. And then, of course, staff satisfaction, which we'd probably achieve if we got our staff, like teacher to student ratio, down a little bit more. All we need to do for the next year is build a new VR lab, but that's it. We're done. 2 of 3. Next one is the final episode of the DLC of 2 Point Campus, and then we just got to wait until the next one. So what's probably going to happen is I'm going to bring back something that we've not seen in a while. It might be Jurassic World Evolution, it might be Jurassic World Evolution 2, or we might make a start on the 2 Point Hospital DLC. But thank you all for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.